Hey YouTube, welcome back to UniXTCG, and we are back with another Gundam card game video. And yeah, today we're gonna hop into GTO2 gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy. We're starting off with white-blue Epyon versus green-red clan battle. It's pretty fun. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I think there's a lot of twists and turns. So if you like this sort of content, make sure you like the video, and if you love it and you want to join UniX fam today, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But if you want to take it a step further, you can always support the channel by going into the memberships. It's only 99 cents a month for videos as soon as I create them, not when they're scheduled. Additional gameplay videos, and we are going to have a plethora of it now that we're finally at GTO2. And currently I am holding the first giveaway for Gundam that I've done on this channel. 3 lucky winners will win an STO6 Clan Unity starter deck. So if you want to join that giveaway, just join the membership, go to the members only post about it, and comment on your favorite alt art from GTO2, and that'll enter you into the giveaway. At the end of November, I'll be choosing 3 lucky winners, and I hope you're one of them. All right, that being said, let's hop into the gameplay. All right, so we right now are going to start this game. Slight camera adjustment. I apologize for the crooked angle. I believe I rolled a 10 and he rolled something a little less, maybe like a 7, I don't know. But I got to go choose. Just with my curve, I decided to go second to get the EX resource. It's fairly often that I feel like is the right choice. Some decks do have that curve where going first is just like preferable, but yeah, not me. So yeah, we're starting this off, and he's gonna mulligan the hand. I end up taking the hand. One thing you'll find about the clan battle deck is that, like, with the amount of like top 3 searchers and you know, Shuji popping off, there's a lot of chances to get in and out of your advantage. So whatever I took was good enough. I think it did start off with the turn 1 Smuggler and the Schoolgirl. I probably had another card in there that allowed me to get some advantage too. So I was like, you know what? I've got enough. I got a curve. Let's go into it. So the complementary fist bump of Justice and Camaraderie set up the bases, and then as the turns start, we get a resource and a pass. And then I drop a resource and immediately hit the Schoolgirl and the Smuggler. Got that mixed. And we are going to take a Rick Dom. I believe Guy's Rick Dom GQ. So we're going to add that to hand. And then pass back. He's going to pass back immediately. We're playing tennis. Now I'm going to draw and immediately play that Guy's Rick Dom GQ. Just to have some damage on the board. And then he's gonna follow it up by playing a Rick Diaz, gumming up the board, because not only do I not swing past that, I actually don't even get to trade with it. So now it's back, and we're pretty much sitting looking at each other's boards like, okay, he's feeling pretty good. Rick Diaz was a great addition to this current metagame in terms of what White's trying to do with the small gummed up blockers. So I'm trying to think about this because the Rick Diaz provides a problem. Like I said, right now I can't trade with it effectively, so we pretty much have to set up the ability to swing around it. And that's not a great feeling. So now I've made my decision. We're playing Sugai's Gelgoog. And then we're going to end the turn, just opting to set up for the following turn. Now he's going to actually immediately turn this sideways and get rid of my EX base. He wants to be aggressive. The point of this deck is to be able to close out late game with Epyon or clear board with Epyon. So getting me down to the point where I can be attacked twice per game is pretty much the move, so I can see the aggressive play. Also, it was great because he pretty much has no damage on it, so I still am in the same place of needing to get past it. But with double Ilfrith on board, which is an amazing curve early game, with double Ilfrith on board, we are indeed gummed up. Like, he is setting up the wall of little blockers, and that's going to make it very hard to actually touch his advantage. So yeah, or not his advantage, his shields. So right here, I'm just going to do what I have to do. I believe I have a Sugai in hand, and so because I have a Sugai in hand, if he blocks with an Ilfrith, I can then end up taking it with the ping 1. He does not block. He actually just lets the Rick Diaz go, which is fine. And now I'm sitting here once again stuck behind the fact that if this GQ comes out, it's over. So I'm going to play the Guadin, and I'm gonna take a shield to my hand, and then I'm going to discard a red card to draw a card. We're gonna discard Sugai's Gelgoog because there's no target on the field for that, and there won't be for probably a couple more turns. After drawing a card, we're gonna use our next two to play out the red Gundam Vanilla, and then we're just going to pass to our opponent, who's going to go up to, I believe, 5 resources, immediately playing out the Archangel to get an extra card to his hand, and open up some plays. We're going to see a Sword Strike Gundam come down with a Kira linking into it, going into the Goaden to immediately destroy it while bouncing back my Rick DSGQ. This is a great tempo play. We're seeing an Ilfrith come in, getting rid of one of my Omega Saikamu LRs, which is a huge point, and then leaving an Ilfrith back to chill there. So this is gonna really hurt. I'm starting to lose a lot of just momentum. I'm 1 shield down, no base. His board is superior as well. We're gonna activate Schoolgirl and the Smuggler again, picking up a Shuji off the top. We love to see it. And then that Shuji actually gets to get paired. We need to get the Sword Strike off the board. It's gonna get really problematic real soon. So now we're going to tap 3 and play out a red Gundam with high maneuver. We need to make sure that Sword Strike is off the field no matter what. Taking a quick little think because this is kind of a risky. It's not risky. He's tapped out, so I don't fear anything like unforeseen incident. But it's just a lot of resources that I'm about to give to just make sure that his board doesn't get out of control. Not even to take over the game, but just to make sure his board doesn't get out of control. And here comes that Sugai I said in hand earlier. We're going to be able to hit the high maneuver and get rid of the Sword Strike Gundam before being able to attach, using my EX resource, attack and get the Shuji. I am going to swing on the Ilfrith because no matter which Ilfrith he says, whether it's the one I'm attacking or the one he's blocking with, it's going to go. And we also get to look at the top card of our deck and decide whether or not we want to keep it there. And now we pass. So we're sitting at 4 HP for this one, and we just really got to hope it holds down. He's going to continue to go into life, taking advantage of the fact that I don't have blockers, getting rid of another Sugai's Gelgoog before using Archangel to put the Ilfrith back up, and then playing out L-Strike. Great tempo on his end. So drawing for turn. We're going to play out another Goaden, going down to 2, aggressively trying to draw. Discard the Rick Diaz that he bounced back to my hand. I had to show him that I drew another Rick Diaz, and I was like, dang, man, we were just looking for other options, but instead we're getting more of the same card. Sucks to suck, I guess. I'm just not good at the game. So anywho, we're going to now tap 3, and we're going to play out another high maneuver red Gundam. Thinking about what we want to do real quick. Tapping this. Playing out Machu, checking the top card of my deck. It is indeed a red Gundam. We're going to take that to hand, swing in, get rid of the base because that can get a lot of mileage, and then we're going to swing into shields real quick, see if we can get something. That was a proxy for another L-Strike. He was letting me know right there. So we get rid of that one and we pass. He still does have blockers, but now he's going to have to either take care of my field or I could potentially come very strong next turn. So he actually has another Archangel, which is pretty insane. But then again, we've both been rolling with the bases so far. Getting the Archangel, going down on a life and setting up his ability to restand his blockers once more. I think I see a Kira in his hand, so yeah, he got pretty fed on, and an Amuro, yeah, he got pretty fed on his pilots. I can feel it though. I may be doing more search, but we both got to see a fair amount of these things. So, yep, I see a Kira, I see an Amuro. Thinking about it, he is going to link the Kira, and then that's going to bounce this to my hand. Very interesting. He has to choose a target, and so it will bounce that to my hand because I have that damage on it. However, it is pretty cool that I get to replay that one out later. So now he's going to swing over here and one-shot my base, and then he's going to swing it again with Ilfrith to go down here. Like I said, he just wants to put me in range to actually be ended with the Epyon. So now he's going to actually use Archangel to untap L-Strike, making sure that he can kind of keep that damage off. And then he's going to play Armor on here to give another bit of EX, well, I almost said EXP, of HP to Ilfrith. So Ilfrith's now a 5/4, making it much harder to attack without trading immediately. Very good play. Trying to ensure that he keeps the Elfrith up to go for game. So now I'm going to end up tapping 5 to play out the big one itself, the G-Quox Omega Saikamu, looking at the top 3 cards of my deck, and playing out the Red Gundam, a monstrous turn. Then we're going to end up hitting Shuji, going into the link there. Attempting to get the swing off here. I think there's like a lot of room to work, but we do want to make sure that we can get this stuff off here. So I'm thinking about what I want to do. End up swinging directly towards the base. He's thinking about it. I check the top card of my deck. Thinking about it, looking at my hand, just trying to make sure. Setting up for the next turn as best as possible. We're going to put it on the bottom though. We don't need it. And then we are going to continue. So now we're swinging in. He's boosting everybody right now. So I'm going to give both of those attacks since Omega is going to be huge. So he's swinging in for actually 7. So he's going to go block with the Ail Strike. That's going to happen. And then Breach is going to go through. Breach getting a 1 damage on the Ail Strike, on the field. The field that kind of sucks though. But then after that, looking at this, looking at his HP, looking at all this, I end up going to attack Elfrith, trying to stem the bleeding, you know, just like get less on the field. And then we're going to actually play out Machu, linking it with a G-Quox Omega Saikamu, getting the top card of my deck, and then swinging in to get rid of his Archangel for like the 2nd time or something like that. So it's getting down to the wire. I don't have a lot left, and I have to hope that he can't do anything. He actually ends up having to pass, and that's a crazy little bit. So here's a little snafu that happened. After spreading out his stuff, he realized, I believe, that he actually had enough to make a play. So I let him rewind it. He plays out Epyon, and then he links it with Zex Marquise, ends up swinging here. Huge play. Gets rid of this and draws a card, drawing another Ail Strike, proxy for Ail Strike, and then he swings again, he draws another card, drawing another Archangel. So at this point, Homie has quite a few cards in hand. I think he still has the Amuro in hand. This is just a big turn for him. So I'm a little shooketh, and I'm definitely like, man, that was a huge play. He got to draw 2. So I'm gonna play another Guadin, taking my last shield to hand, discarding the other Rick Dom I drew earlier, and drawing a card because of it. After doing so, we really do have to get back into this game, and we have to figure out how we can do this well. So I'm going to tap 3, but then decide that, wait, no, we just need to go wide. He has no base on board, and so we just need to go wide and hopefully walk through his life the following turn. So we're going to end up playing out triple Red Gundams. And hoping gets there. He's gonna play Ail Strike, just moving that so the proxy actually matches the card. Then he's gonna play another hit here with Archangel to get a card to his hand. I see Amuro. We're gonna take the Amuro. We're gonna bounce and rest, slowing down the momentum what he can do, and then we're gonna get the Overflowing Affection, drawing Elfrith. I see that he has I believe he has a Zex Marquise, but I see the Elfrith here. We're going to play that. So he has Epyon right there. Okay, so this is where it starts to get pretty crazy. I can see the Epyon. I'm not sure if he has Zex yet, but I can definitely see the Epyon. So we're going to draw. We're going to tap 5. We're going to play another Omega Saikamu. We're going to look off the top 3 of the deck. We're going to play out Red Gundam. Now, I know for a fact I have Machu in hand, which this is going to be the part that hurts the absolute most, because we're going to bottom deck 2 cards, and in a second, you're going to see what those 2 cards are. I'm stuck in a place here. We are going to hit the Omega Saikamu. I was hoping to get a Shuji, but there's no way I can get it. I did not see what I added to my hand. I'm so sorry. And then after doing that, I know I have 1 attack, but he has 2 blockers. Well, I have multiple attacks. He has 2 blockers. So I'm going to swing there at the base. He needs his body to survive, so I know he's only going to block me if he can stop me from getting through. So I had to show you guys. I bottom deck 2 freaking Shujis with that top 3. And I've already used a Suji. Where's that going? I've already used a, I almost switched the order. I had to switch it back. I almost used, I used a Suji earlier. So bottom decking 2 pretty much meant that I was out of Sujis. That sucked. I really needed it for this turn. Because if I had Shuji for this turn and could swing with this guy, I would have been able to punch and then punch with those two. And I could have gotten game right there. That like legitimately could have been, well, not game, or I could have stopped him from doing this. But even getting rid of these guys, I could potentially just lose next turn. So we're going to get through all this and then we pass. Or at least thinking about what we're gonna do. I gotta set up a body, and I'm pretty sure I'm cooked next turn. I'm just waiting on to see him play out a second way to swing, and he has it. So he's gonna play Amuro here, and that Amuro is going to rest something on my board that isn't going to have his Epyon die to it, and then he's gonna play out Epyon, and then he's going to end up playing Zex, and that's going to allow him to swing at the base, killing it, swinging at the red Gundam, and then untapping and swinging for game. And there it is. Epyon came through clean. I had a decent hand, I just couldn't get there. And the bottom decking the other Shujis really hurt. But as it is, this is a pretty good game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what you think in the comments. Had to show them that one. Okay, so let's start off with this deck. This is my green-red G-Quux clan battle deck list. So yeah, the first thing we have here are the 4 Gaia's Rick Dom GQs. This was kind of a last-minute addition. Let me see if I can make sure that the glare doesn't get y'all right here. Let me actually turn off this particular light. Okay, cool. So here we go. This is the Gaia's Rick Dom GQ. He's actually a last-minute addition, but he really just needed to fill up the curve. I really feel like being able to play out a 2-cost to level 2 card really just makes sense in here. And he's a clan. Some of the cards in this deck require you to have a friendly clan unit out, so it's good to be able just to curve into it. And if you do have the resource, you can play a card like this and then immediately move into a card like the G-Quux, the level 4 3-cost, and at least get the ping off for that. So I do kind of like the Gaia's Rick Dom being a card here. And the support one does help. It does actually help out at times just to reach certain thresholds. So at the end of the day, I'm kind of okay with it. Next, we have a Shugai's Gelgoog GQ. This is, funnily enough, one of the most important cards in the deck because it has the almighty clan link tree. You don't need to have specific pilots, you just need to have clan, which means both Shuji and Machu can do their work as long as they have correct vehicle. There's only a couple cards in the deck that have a restriction that loose, and so it's just very good. This card is extremely good. I'm super sad it doesn't have an ult because it is that good for what the deck is trying to do. Speaking of a basic card that's also very good, this is indeed a red Gundam that's a vanilla. I'm still actually trying to get the rest of my alts here, but at the same time, actually, wow, are these both like part of the same? Look, okay, whatever. Point being, I'm still trying to get the alts for those, finishing those off, but yeah, it's just a vanilla that links with Shuji. The cool thing is the stats are very good. It's a 3-4 for 2, so when you link it with Shuji, you're going to end up having a 4-6, which is very respectable for heft, and you can keep getting that top 1 scry effect, which really sets the deck off. The next card that we have here is the G-Quux Omega Saikamu. This is a kind of funky card. I already said before I don't like 4-2s. The stat line just is very susceptible to a lot of like, I don't know, jankery, but it also does ping, and that could open you up for other burn effects and other damage that this build may not capitalize on, but I am thinking about trying to convert it a little bit as we move forward. So you have the G-Quux Omega Saikamu, can be linked with Machu, and then on top of that, it can also come down on curve after the Rick Dom's GQ, which is pretty cool. So you can kind of see the curve building depending on the levels, and this is going to be able to come down if you have a friendly clan unit in play. You can just ping something for 1. Next, one of the strongest cards in the deck is going to be the red Gundam LR that we got from the starter deck. He does a lot of things. First off, he becomes a 5/5 when you link him with Shuji, which is going to be very important. He has Breach 1, which is enough to just be able to clear board while also pushing game in your favor. And then last but not least, when he attacks, you can choose 1 or 2 friendly clan units. They are going to gain +2 AP during this turn. This is really, really good because you can either put this guy up to a point where he can destroy above his pay grade, seeing as that if you give him the +2, he's going to be swinging for 7, which is a lot. There's enough to clear most of the things in the game outside of like Wing Zero, maybe Epyon, things like that. Actually, even Epyon a 7 should get it if he's linked with Zex Marquise. So very, very cool. The Breach is going to allow you to get into the damage, and just pretty much one of the best links in the game, him and Shuji. Well, I think best links in the deck. I said game, but I mean, it's pretty high up there, I think. Next card we have here are 2 Sugai's Gelgoog GQs. These guys are very, very interesting, but they're kind of very costly 3/3s. But deploy, choose 1 enemy unit that has level 5 or higher, and then you're going to deal 2 damage to it. This is just going to be able to chip away at things. And late game, mid to late game, this is actually, the more I look at it, the more reasons why I think that there are certain cards like Battle of Aces that should be in here, but that's going to be for another iteration of the deck. You have lots of combo plays you can play with this. I think when you build the deck more ping heavy, this is going to be a crucial card to opening up some of the bigger bodies of the game to burn. Next, I have 2 of these red Gundams, maybe potentially putting them at more because they do have that almighty clan trait. However, for linking, they are level 5s, which means that not only do they not come out early enough, but you can't actually play them off of G-Quux, Omega Saikamu LR, which is going to be the biggest reason why I currently have it too. It is a little scary to have a card that you can't flip off the top of your deck because there's already a fair amount in the deck. Now, speaking of cards that you can't do, there is going to be the initial red G-Quux from the starter deck, and this is going to be another card. Sorry about that glare right there. This is going to be another card that you can link with Machu. It's a 3-cost level 5, but when it's linked, it gains first strike for the turn. So that's going to basically just make this a 6 AP first striker, which is enough to clear quite a lot in the game. If you already have a card like this out, you can swing with this and give them both the +2 AP, allowing you to run over something hopefully, but then swing over something with a 7, actually at this point a 8 AP first strike. If these 2 are both on the board, which mind you, it does only cost 8, but if your opponent is playing something big and you play out this and you pair with Shuji and then you swing, giving the buff, you know, scry your top one, and then just link Machu onto this, or you already have this on the board, you can get rid of some crazy stuff because, like I said, an 8 AP first strike is nothing to scoff at. But either way, this is a seldom used card, but I still do think it has its niche uses, so I keep it in. Now, the boss card of the deck, I think there's 2 bosses, is literally the starter deck Red Gundam, and then you have the G-Quux Omega Saikamu. This card is pretty strong. You play it for 5, and you look at your top 3 cards, and you can play any clan unit amongst them with level 4 or lower. So if you look at this, the only cards I cannot get with this are the G-Quux Omega Saikamu itself, the starter deck version of it, and the Red Gundam that has high maneuver when linked. The Gaia's Rick Dom, Shugai's Gelgoog, Red Gundam, G-Quux Omega Saikamu, Red Gundam here, and Shugai's Gelgoog all can do that. So when you pick up this deck, out of 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 cards out of 50. That's not quite 50% of my deck, but that is quite close to it. Like, that's pretty close. We're in the 40s here. And the reason why this really matters is because you want to have that hit just to be able to make 2 bodies for the price of 1. You're averaging anywhere between about like probably like 8-ish resources when you play this card and you flip a card over for free. Now then you can potentially link, because mainly the thing you want to do with this deck is play this out, play out something here, link with it immediately, and link with this, and then get 2. That's why it's a level 7, but it has 5 costs, because they want you to have 2 energy open, or 2 resources open, so you can link with both things immediately. So that's pretty much where that comes from. As bases, I know a lot of people are playing lots of bases, whether it be Shuji's Hideout, maybe the Kenneban LLC, even Clan Battle for some people, but that is not my base of choice. My base of choice is going to be the Guaden from set 2, and the Guadin straight up says deploy, add one of your shields to your hand, then if it's your turn you may or discard one red card if you do draw one card. This deck is a combo oriented deck and you need to see your pieces, so I do like the ability to aggressively dig, to be able to play this card, gain a shield card to your hand to see what your next piece is for your combos, and then discard your worst red card in hand, draw a card to hopefully get a better card. And that's why we actually do have red cards. Like, we made sure that we have a low end but it's red. We're keeping in cards like this. We have 2 of these. We need to make sure we have enough red cards to be able to discard with this, because the deck is, I feel like, primarily green, but your boss card and this field card really do like carry the red side of this. Now the pilots should be pretty self-explanatory. We've got Machu. Machu is great when she is linked. You look at the top card of your deck. If it is clan, you add it to your hand. If not, you put it to the bottom of the deck. Right now in this deck, Machu links with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 of my cards here, and so that's pretty good. We got a good spread on that one. And then you have the partner in crime. You have Shuji Ito, and Shuji actually does his own crazy shenanigans, because he gives the 1-2 instead of the 2-1, and he, every time you attack while he's linked, he's going to look at the top card of your deck and pretty much like just check it. You know, keep it at the top, keep it at the bottom. This allows you to set up bigger plays with the G-Quux, Omega Saikamu LR. This allows you to set up good pickups with Amate. And there's a lot of times where you swing with something that's linked with Shuji, you arrange the top card of your deck, and then you immediately link with Machu to just get it. But it also can just set up your deck for the following turn when you do get to draw. And then on top of that, when it comes to synergy, Shuji links with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cards. So there's a pretty even spread here in where my pilots link. Now then we're gonna get over to the commands, and the first command is Schoolgirl and Smuggler. Schoolgirl and Smuggler, amazing card, and this is what I want to kind of see for tighter archetypes more. And Schoolgirl and Smuggler says, main, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal 1 clan unit / pilot card amongst them, add them to your hand, then return the remaining cards randomly to the bottom of your deck. Very, very good. As you can see, out of everything that I've put here right now, the only card this does not pick up is the Guadin field card, and so that automatically is a dub. There's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28 plus 8. So yeah, literally right now 36 cards get picked up by Schoolgirl and the Smuggler. Excellent hit rate, and you're always going to be pretty much adding something to him. After that, I have the Turning Point of History. Turning Point of History is really weird because when it works and it feels so good. When it doesn't work, you feel kind of like, okay, well, you're just scrying 3, which isn't bad, especially when you do have cards like Amate as well as G-Quux, or ways to dig the top card into your hand like the Guadin. So it's not bad. And when it's like dead, like when you don't see it, you don't really miss it. So I kind of feel weird about that card. It's great when it works. It's good when it's okay, and you don't miss it when it's gone. So that feels perfect, but hey, you never know when you can get more optimal. And then the last card in the deck are going to be the Undying Persistence / Shiko Sugai, because this is basically just a ping 1. It only costs 1, but you need level 4. It'll just ping anything for 1 damage. That can open it up to lots of things, like if I wanted to add in Battle of Aces, like I said, but the main thing it is here for is to link with other stuff. The Shiko Sugai acts as my 3rd clan battle pilot. Currently it links to both of its own Gelgooks plus the red Gundam, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards that it links to. It can be a burn spell, it can also link to things. So yeah, that is the deck that I used in this video today. I do plan to tweak it. I will put up my next building direction on the member side, and then eventually you guys will see the finished product on camera next time I upload gameplay footage with this. So yeah, with that being said, let's head to closing the video now that you guys have the deck breakdown. So I hope you guys enjoyed that gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. I'm just saying once again, like the video if you like the content. Subscribe if you want to join the Unix fam today and never miss a beat on the Gundam card game content that I produce. Now, that being said, I will have other games with this deck list up, as well as probably a where we're going next with it deck tech up on the membership side. So yeah, you can always get those extra videos where we have much more gameplay, but also it just may be less edited, you know, with the commentary. And then we'll have the deck techs for the in-between work between point A and point B for whenever we have this deck on camera again. So yeah, easy way to support me, and you get extra content, and you get to join cool giveaways like the one I'm doing now with the ST06 starter decks. So hey, I feel like it's a lot of perks, but you let me know how you feel, and hopefully I see you on that other side as well. That being said, if you want to check me out doing other things that aren't card games, you can always go over to Universe X Media and check me out playing games, streaming games. I'm doing Pokemon Legends ZA, Digimon Time Stranger, you know, Dokkan, SD Gundam, G Generation Eternal, you name it. I play a lot of things over there that are just fun for me. So yeah, that's there. And if you want to see me live stream, I've also got the Twitch Universe X Gaming. So any way you want to cut it, there's a lot of different quadrants of Universe X that you can get into, and I hope to see you somewhere out there. And that out of the way, thank you guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. I will see you in the next video, live stream, social media post, whatever. Later.